In this guide, we'll cover exactly how many Primogems and Wishes you can get in Genshin Impact, both as a new free-to-play player or even a veteran light spender. I'll share every way to get Primogems and how much they give, so by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how many 5-star you can realistically get. To save a lot of time, I'll assume you're already familiar with how the game systems work, and so I'll be mostly covering how much they give. I'll also be covering the Acquaint Fates, but will say that you should never use Primogems to buy them, and definitely don't wish on the standard banner with Primogems. And so all Primogems will be converted to intertwined fates. Hello, welcome to Genshin Filter, your quick guide for everything Genshin. So let's get started! The Moalani and Chaska banners are almost here, and if you're low on wishes, I know topping up in game can get really expensive. Here is how you can save money with today's sponsor, Loot Bar. Loot Bar is a safe, secure and reliable way to top up Genesis crystals, with up to 25% off compared to in-game prices. Plus, new users get a 10% off coupon. Loot Bar has worked with many well-known creators and has great reviews, so it's very safe and trustworthy. The process is super simple. Choose the deal you want, enter your UID and server, and you are done. It's 100% safe and delivered just under 30 minutes. And yes, PlayStation and Xbox players can use it too. Loot Bar also supports other games like Honkai Star Rail and Withering Waves, so hit the link in the description or pin comment to try it yourself and start saving. And thank you Loot Bar for sponsoring this video. The chests are scattered around Tibet, and the amount of Primogems each gives is varied depending on the chest rarity. Common chests give between 0 to 2 Primogems each. There are 1415 in the game, and on average they give around 1415 Primogems, which is around 9 intertwined fates. Exquisite chests give 2 to 5 Primogems. There are 1036, and on average they give around 3626 Primogems, which is around 23 intertwined fates. Precious chests give 5 to 10 Primogems. There are 379, and on average they give around 2842 Primogems, which is around 18 intertwined fates. Primal obelisks in Sumeru Desert reward precious chests that give 20 Primogems. There are 18 and they give 360 Primogems, which is around 2 intertwined fates. Remarkable chests, which look like the precious one but green, give 5 Primogems. There are 326 in the game, but the 46 ones in Inazuma don't give any Primogems, so it's actually 280, and they give 1400 Primogems, which is around 9 intertwined fates. Luxurious chests give 10 Primogems. There are 180 in the game, and they give 1800 Primogems, which is around 11 intertwined fates. Lastly, the shrines hold luxurious chests that gives 40 Primogems, but the ones in Natlan give 80. There are 60 shrines, and they give 2800 Primogems, which is around 17 intertwined fates. Altogether, there are 3368 chests in the game, and they give around 14232 Primogems, which is around 89 intertwined fates. The teleporters are scattered across Tibet, and activating each one will give Primogems, with some offering additional ways to earn even more. Waypoints give 5 Primogems when activating them. There are 560 in the game, and they give 2800 Primogems, which is around 18 intertwined fates. Statue of the 7 give 5 Primogems. Upgrading them give different amount of Primogems depending on the region. There are 49, and together with the upgrades, they give 2945 Primogems, which is around 18 intertwined fates. And the Natlan statue also gives 3 Acquaint Fates. Domains give 5 Primogems. Some domains have a one-time challenge that give 40 Primogems. There are 64 in the game, where 23 of them have the one-time challenge. Together they give 1240 Primogems, which is around 8 intertwined fates. Altogether, there are 673 teleporters in the game, and they give 6985 Primogems, which is around 44 intertwined fates and 3 Acquaint Fates. The offering systems located in every region and give both intertwined and acquaint fates. Dragon Spine give 2 intertwined fates, which is 320 Primogems, and also give 4 acquaint fates. Chenyu Veil give 2 intertwined fates, which is 320 Primogems and also give 4 acquaint fates. The Kazem give 2 intertwined fates, which is 320 Primogems and also give 4 acquaint fates. Inazuma give 10 intertwined fates, which is 1600 Primogems and also give 20 acquaint fates. Sumeru Forest give 10 intertwined fates, which is 1600 Primogems and also give 20 acquaint fates. The Desert Oasis gives 600 Primogems, which is around 4 intertwined fates and also gives 3 acquaint fates. Fontaine give 10 intertwined fates, which is around 1600 Primogems and also give 20 acquaint fates. And lastly, Natlan gives 50 Primogems for every rank. There are 50 ranks and they give 2500 Primogems, which is around 16 intertwined fates and also give 20 acquaint fates. Altogether, there are 8 offering systems, which is 238 ranks combined, and they give around 56 intertwined fates, which is 8,860 Primogems, and 96 acquaint fates. There are 5 types of quests, and all of them give Primogems. First up, the Archon Quest series gives between 0 to 120 Primogems each. There are 36 in the game, and they give around 2,160 Primogems, which is around 15 intertwined fates. World Quest gives 0 to 60 Primogems. There are 525 quests, where 71 of them are quest series that give 7,600 Primogems, and the remaining 454 are individual quests. So on average together they give roughly around 20,000 Primogems, which is around 125 intertwined fates and 10 acquaint fates. Story quests give 60 Primogems. There are 61, and they give 3,660 Primogems, which is around 23 intertwined fates. Hangout quests give 60 Primogems. There are 19, and they give 1,150 Primogems, which is around 7 intertwined fates. Lastly, the handbook includes 3 ways of collecting Primogems and Wishes. The experience page rewards 50 to 150 Primogems per page, and give 900 Primogems, which is around 5 intertwined fates and 2 acquaint fates. The guide page give 1 intertwined fate per Archon Quest series. There are 36, so they give 36 intertwined fates, which is 5,760 Primogems. Finally, the Embattle page only give 1 acquaint fate. Altogether, the quests give around 33,620 Primogems, which is around 210 intertwined fates and 13 acquaint fates. Now we'll cover all the game systems that reward Primogems one time only, and are not related to any exploration. Starting with the Spiral Abyss, it gives 300 Primogems for each floor. There are 8 floors and they give 2,400 Primogems, which is around 15 intertwined fates. Imaginarium Theater give 100 to 250 Primogems for each act. There are 10 acts and they give 1,500 Primogems, which is around 9 intertwined fates. The Teapot has 2 ways to reward Primogems. The rank system gives 60 Primogems for each rank. There are 10 ranks and they give 600 Primogems, which is around 4 intertwined fates. The gift sets give 20 Primogems for each interaction. There are 64 sets and 196 interactions in them, and they give 3,920 Primogems, which is around 24 intertwined fates. Lastly, the TCG gives 60 Primogems for each rank. There are 10 ranks and they give 600 Primogems, which is around 4 intertwined fates. Altogether, from all these systems you can get 9,020 Primogems, which is around 56 intertwined fates. These are challenges that usually happen on their own, just by doing everything we covered so far and more. Firstly, the regular achievement give between 5 to 20 Primogems each. There are 1,550 in the game, and they give 11,990 Primogems, which is around 75 intertwined fates. Tutorials give 1 Primogems each. There are 544, and they give 544 Primogems, which is around 3 intertwined fates. The Adventure rank give between 50 to 150 Primogems for each rank. There are 60 ranks, and they give 1,100 Primogems, which is around 7 intertwined fates and 19 acquaint fates. Lastly, Character Ascension give 3 acquaint fates for each character. There are 105 characters, which is 315 acquaint fates. Honestly, it's not realistic, as almost no one really has all the characters, or level all of them to Ascension 4, but I did want to show it as it does give wishes. Altogether, the achievements in the game give 13,634 Primogems, which is around 85 intertwined fates and 334 acquaint fates. Now, before we give the numbers, we need a time estimate for how long it will take to finish everything we just covered. I know there are crazy grinders out there who 100% the game in less than 6 months, and there are more casual players who play for 4 or 5 years and still haven't completed it. So I think a full region cycle, which is 9 versions and takes around a year, would be a fair estimate for a good base for our calculations. Collecting all the one-time reward we just covered will give you around 86,362 Primogems, which is around 540 intertwined fates and 445 acquaint fates. If we separate it per version, it would be around 9,596 Primogems, which is 60 intertwined fates. That's a guaranteed 5-star of your choice every 2 to 3 versions. Over a full region, it's 6 5-stars, which is 3 guaranteed 5-stars of your choice, assuming you lost all the 50-50 and went all the way to 90 pulls each time, which is very unlikely, so you can expect it to be 3 to 4 guaranteed 5-stars in this region cycle. That's a full 5-star team, just from playing through the game and collecting the one-time rewards. That's actually not bad at all, as there are still many other ways to get Primogems, so let's see how much we can get from the rewards that reset every version. Here are all the free-to-play ways inside the game that are being reset every version and give Primogems and Wishes. Daily commissions give 60 Primogems for each day. There are 42 days in each version, and they give 2520 Primogems, which is around 16 intertwined fates. For events, there are usually one big event that gives around 1000 Primogems, and 3 mini events that gives around 420 Primogems every version. So they give around 2260 Primogems, which is around 14 intertwined fates. Character test runs gives 20 Primogems for each 5-star on the banners. There are 4 5-star per version and they give 80 Primogems, which is half an intertwined fate. The Stardust Exchange Shop has 5 intertwined fates and 5 acquaint fates. You can buy for 750 Stardust every month, which is 800 Primogems. Spiral Abyss gives 200 Primogems for each floor. There are 4 floors and they give 800 Primogems, which is 5 intertwined fates every month. Imaginarium Theater give between 60 to 120 Primogems per act. There are 10 acts and they give 800 Primogems, which is 5 intertwined fates every month. I want to point out that all these systems that reset every month will occasionally reset twice in one version, which doubles the amount you can get from them, but we are calculating just one reset, as that happens more often. Stygian Onslaught give 150 Primogems for each of the first 3 difficulties. That's 450 Primogems, which is around 3 intertwined fates every version. Maintenance Compensations usually give 600 Primogems, which is around 4 intertwined fates. And lastly, the Battle Pass for free-to-play give 5 acquaint fates. Altogether, the resetting in-game system give around 8310 Primogems per version, which is around 52 intertwined fates and 10 acquaint fates. HoYoVerse has a few ways to gain Primogems outside of the game as well, which is worth taking advantage of. Daily check-in gives 20 Primogems once a week for the first 3 weeks of the month, and in 42 days they give 100 Primogems, which is around 0.6 intertwined fate. For the web event, there are around 3 every version that gives around 200 Primogems, which is around 1 intertwined fate. Redemption codes give 100 Primogems for each code. There are 3 codes given in the special program and they give 300 Primogems, which is around 2 intertwined fates. Twitch Drop give 10 Primogems for 1 hour of watching Genshin stream, and it's a one-time thing. Altogether, without even playing the game, you can collect up to around 610 Primogems, which is around 4 intertwined fates per version. Let's cover the light spending method to get Primogems, for those who do want to use them, to see how much we get for the price. Welcome Moon gives 90 Primogems every day with extra 300 Genesis crystals. In 42 days it gives 4080 Primogems, which is around 26 intertwined fates, and will cost you around $6.5 per version depending on your country. The Battle Pass gives 680 Primogems and 4 intertwined fates. Together it's 1320 Primogems, which is around 80 intertwined fates for around $10 per version. Altogether, the light spenders can get an additional 5400 Primogems, which is around 34 intertwined fates for around $16.5 per version. Before we calculate everything together, I want to point out the last ways to get Primogems to really cover everything. This method will not be calculated later, as you can get unlimited supply of them or hurt the flow of the game. In the Star Glider Exchange Shop, you can buy intertwined fates with no limit for 5 Star Gliders each. In the Genesis Crystal Shop, you can buy Genesis Crystal Pack with no limit at various prices, which can then be exchanged for Primogems. Lastly, the Stellar Reunion gives 500 Primogems and 10 intertwined fates, by logging in daily for a week and doing simple quests. These results are what players who finish the game or are tired of exploring the world can expect to get every version. In conclusion, the Primogems a free-to-play player will get from all the resetting rewards will end up around 8920 Primogems, which is around 56 intertwined fate and 10 acquaint fate per version. That's a guaranteed 5-star of your choice every 2 to 3 versions, which funny enough is almost the same amount of wishes you can get from the one-time rewards. That's 6 5-stars in a full region cycle, where 3 of them are guaranteed in the worst case scenario, and more likely you'll get 3 to 4 characters you want per region cycle. Again, that's a full 5-star team, a nice amount of characters for a free-to-play player who already finished the game, and build a solid foundation of characters. For the light spenders, it will come up around 14,320 Primogems, which is around 90 intertwined fate per version. That's a guaranteed 5-star of your choice every 1 to 2 versions. Over a full version cycle, that's 9 5-stars, where 4 of them are guaranteed in the worst case scenario, and more likely you'll get 4 to 6 characters you want per region cycle, which can help you complete 2 5-star teams. That means you can end up doubling the amount of 5-star a free-to-play player gets by spending around $148 per region cycle. It might sound like a lot for some, but that extra 300 wishes difference will cost around $500 in the Genesis Crystal Shop. That's more than 3 times the light spending system cost. Now we can finally combine the one-time rewards and the per version rewards and see how much Primogems a new player or someone who's yet to fully explore the world can actually get. A new free-to-play player can get around 18,516 Primogems, which is around 116 intertwined fates per version. That's a guaranteed 5-star of your choice every 1 to 2 versions. We are talking 12 5-stars in a full region cycle, where 6 are guaranteed in the worst case scenario, and more likely you'll get 6 to 8 characters you want in that full region cycle. That's 2 full 5-star teams and an amazing start for players who want to build a solid foundation of characters in the first year of playing the game. For new Lightspender players, it will come up to around 23,916 Primogems, which is around 150 intertwined fates per version. That is pretty much a guaranteed 5-star of your choice every version, which is crazy. We are talking 15 5-stars, where 7 of them are guaranteed in the worst case scenario, and more likely you'll get 7 to 10 characters you want in that full region cycle as a new player, which can help complete 3 5-star teams if you are willing to spend around $148 for that region cycle. Just for comparison, Genshin usually release around 10 new limited 5-star every region. That means you can almost get pretty much all the new characters in the region as a new player, even if you are free to play. I always knew that exploring and playing the game gave a lot of Primogems, but I was honestly surprised by just how much more a new player gets compared to veterans who already finished the game. I was also surprised by how rewarding light spending is over time, especially compared to the Genesis Crystal Shop prices. Just to be clear, I'm not trying to convince anyone to spend. On the contrary, I think this video makes it clear that even a new and free-to-play players can build a strong account with multiple 5-star as long as they just play the game. So maybe HoYoVerse isn't as greedy as we all used to say. I'm definitely dropping that claim going forward. They really do give you everything you need inside the game, and you should take advantage of it as Genshin Impact is an incredible game with an amazing world, gameplay and story. Anyways, let me know down in the comments if I missed or miscalculated anything, as well as all your burning questions and if you would like to see a guide to all these methods we covered. And that's a wrap. If this video helped you in any way, consider giving it a like or subscribe for more filter guides. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!